Let's give a warm welcome for Dr. Lotus Riche, CEO of Lotus Riche Ignites LLC, a global transformational strategist, keynote speaker, best-selling author, and media personality. With a focus on empowering entrepreneurs, she hosts multiple online TV shows and founded Women Reach Out with God initiative in Nigeria. As U.S. Ambassador for Foundation LAB Burundi, she fosters global connections, while her work extends to hosting virtual trade missions and establishing impactful communities worldwide. Recognized with prestigious awards including the Presidential Lifetime Achievement and Global Ambassador Award. Lotus Riche is dedicated to igniting success and empowerment on a global scale. Let's welcome Dr. Lotus Riche.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Woo, woo. Woohoo. Love you, Dr. Lotus.
Yay.
So thankful to be here today for this amazing time. And I gotta say, let's give it up before I even get started. I started my time. Let's give it up for Miss LaDonna. Come on, everybody. Come on. Let's give it up. All right. So today we are going to be talking about the problem that many of us are facing when we're giving our stuff away for free, leaving money on the table. If you've ever left money on the table when somebody call you up and say, hey, Dr. Pat, I got this problem. Can you tell me how to solve XYZ? And you automatically start talking because you a giver. If that ever happened to you, put a number 1 in the chat. Put a number 1 in the chat. Gail Dixon, let me ask you, have you ever had a problem when somebody comes up to you, even at a conference, and say, hey, Gail, I got this issue. I heard you got this great book. And guess what? I want to know what you got to say to me, Gail. And you just start talking, giving all your free stuff away.
You betcha.
All right. If that's happening to you, put a number 1 in the chat. Because today we're going to get hot on the box and we're going to talk about how to go from free to fee and stop giving away what you can sell. We've had people talk about a lot of things today, and I took some notes, and I hope you have your notepad and your pen ready, because I said earlier, note takers are money makers and money makers are note takers, but you can't make no money if you don't take no notes. So let's get right into this thing. It's without question. Many of us have got the phone call on the phone, or someone walks up to us and they talk to us and they begin to monetize us. Okay? So today we're going to talk a bit about it. We're going to talk about our brand overview, because a lot of times we get caught up and we forget our brand overview. What are we in business to do? We're in business to make money and make relationships. The more you make relationships, and LaDonna shared this, the more we make relationships, the more money we're going to make. But we can't let people leverage our relationships and take our money from us by giving everything away. So let's talk about our brand overview first. What is the nature and intention of your business? I say write that down. Do you know the nature and intention of your business? Because some of the speakers have already talked about our worth and our value, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. Okay, so what information are you giving for free? I want you to write that down. And we are very transparent here. So I want you, when you write that down, I want you also to put it in the chat. One thing that you keep giving away for free, no matter how bad you try to shut your mouth, you keep giving it away. It's your value. And people must value you. And here's the thing that we oftentimes do. We look at Sharon Lecter. Some people look at Dr. Rogers, and some people look at Tamara Patrick and say, well, I need to do this. Or she's in this. I need to be in competition with her. You don't. Your brand is you. It's what you give to the world. It's what you do to make a difference. And you can model other people, but don't try to be them, because the fact of the matter is you can't be them. You've got to be you. So in the chat, put, I got to be me. Because let's face it, the Most High, for those of us that believe in Jesus, God, Yahweh, Buddha, whoever our higher source is, our higher source endowed us with a gift so that we can bring something special to the world. And if you agree with that, go ahead and shake your hands. If you agree with that, you bring something special to the world. You bring something special to the world, right? Your clients want what you have to give them. If they wanted something from someone else, they would go to someone else and get that from them. You are the solution to the challenge. And so you have to rise to the occasion, okay? By knowing your brand overview, what your brand brings, and understanding that it's important. It's really important what you're bringing to the world. So let me step back here a little bit. All right, let's go back a little bit here. All right, your target market. Who's in your target market? We're going to talk about that. Anybody know who's in your target market? And we're going to pause that and then we're going to go back. Who's your target market? Write that down. Write that down. What's my target market? Because let's face it, we're in business to do business, right? And a lot of times we start our businesses and we don't know who our target market is. And I would imagine many of us know our target market, okay? I'm going to go back to that target market. I love technology when it's working right, but we're going to keep it right here, all right? Our target market are people that want and need what we have to sell and offer. And remember, you have to sell what people want to buy. You can't sell what you want to sell. I would write that down. You have to sell what people want to buy, not what you want to sell. I would write that down. So now that we're on this slide, okay, we understand that our target market are people that want our products and services, right? And how do we find out who this target market is? Showing up for events like this, being visible. The visibility strategist talks about it all the time, showing up. We have a gentleman that spoke, Eric, he said, I host stages, getting on those stages. We have Mr. Raul here. He's hosting an event in New York. I'm hosting an event online. You've got to get in front of people, okay, that want your products and services, because if people don't know about who you are, it's not our fault, it's your fault. And you have to acknowledge people's value. That's one of the big things that's happening here today. We are acknowledging people's values, okay? When we show up and go to where our clients are, we can't just get in there and start running our mouths. LaDonna shared this in a wonderful way, and she shared, when you first meet a person, don't always pitch them. Don't always try to sell them something. Cultivate a relationship. So when you acknowledge your own value, you don't have to do that. You can sit back and you can listen to your clients. Listen to them first, and they will listen to you. If you listen to your clients, they're going to tell you what they need and what they want. By a show of hands, how many of you have showed up at a car dealer and the car dealer saw you looking at a car and they immediately started telling you about the car, how much it costs, the average person wants to buy it, they love it, et cetera, et cetera. Now, you didn't elicit any information. Has that ever happened to anybody? If that's happened to you, put a 5 in the chat. Put a 5 in the chat. But when they stopped and they listened to you, when you told them, I'm not looking for a car, I'm looking for a Jeep. I want a red one, I don't want a blue one. Whereas, was it easier for them to make the sale to you once they understood what you really needed? Was it easier to make the sale to you once they understood what you wanted to buy and not sell you what they wanted to sell? Write that down. Is it easy for people to buy from me when I listen to hear the need so I could give them what they need if I have it? And then if you don't, are you willing to pass the sale on to Miss LaDonna, Dr. LaDonna, Miss Heather? Because let's face it, sometimes people come to us and we may not be in their zone where we are selling that product or service. And they might have to go to Helen or they may have to go to Kat. But we can't be so tied in to listening to our own comments that we don't send them to Jennifer, right? So listen to your clients first and let them tell you what they want, and then they will listen to you. They'll listen to whatever direction you're sending them in. Now, sometimes people won't listen, but what I've learned is that you can convey, not convince. Target market. Let me go back to this. Come on, target market. All right, let's get it right here. There we go. Target market. Who's your target market? We've talked about the target market. We've acknowledged the people's value, right? So now let's get down to the nitty gritty. And Angela talked about this at the top of our segment here. She talked about knowing your worth. Knowing your worth. When you get that phone call on the phone asking you for your help, when you meet up with somebody at a conference or out at the store and they start telling you the litany of what's going on in their life and how they need your help, you got to stop. And you got to be able to tell them who you are, right? Hi, my name is Kat, or my name is Tanya, okay? And yes, I do that for a living, and this is what I charge. How many of you have been on a phone? I'm going right to Tanya. Tanya, I want to hear from you. Tanya, you ever been on a call with somebody? They call your phone up, ring, ring, ring. Tanya, you home? Hey, what's going on, Tanya? Listen, I need, Tanya, for you to tell me about setting up an event, because I know you're a legendary events coordinator. And I got $10,000 for this event. And Tanya, what do I need to do? Can you help me? Has this ever happened to you before, Tanya? Now,
Yeah.
has it ever happened that they didn't buy, but they did your thing and they made money? It ever happened to you? Somebody took your idea, and this isn't just for Tanya. Someone took your idea that you gave them at the market, on the phone, or wherever you met them. They took your idea and they monetized it. They might have made $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 on it. If that's ever happened to you, put a 20 in the comment. Put a 20 in the comment. Because at my masterminds, I talk about this. I talk about how to minimize being monetized. Because you need to monetize what you're offering them over the phone or in person. Because these people are monetizing what you give them for free. And the reason that they're doing it is because you're giving it to them. You're not stopping in the moment and telling them, hey, yes, I do that. This is what I cost. When can we set up a call? Mm-hmm. And do you have something on your phone where they can scan and bill that call right away? A Calendly or what have you. I want to share something with you. This is a virtual tweet. When I was preparing for this event, myself and one of my executives, we sat down and we talked about this. Because you know what? Numbers don't lie. This is a virtual tweet that we came across. And it said, if I do a job in 30 minutes, it's because I spent 10 years learning how to do that in 30 minutes. You owe me for the years, not for the minutes. Anybody agree with that? Anybody agree with that? If you agree with that, go ahead and put a 30 in the chat. Now, I believe in showing people what's in writing, because numbers don't lie. Davi's out of Los Angeles, and Davi posted this back in 2019. So you can imagine what the numbers have been over the years. 36.8 thousand reposts. People believe this because this is true. We have value and we have worth because of the time that we spent. 2,217 people added quotes to it. And catch this, 117.1 thousand people liked this remark. Why did they like it? Because it's a mind shift. Okay? And I think Jennifer talked about the mind shift. We got to shift our mind and understand our worth and our value and be able to come up and ask the hard questions or give them the answers that they need. They don't need us to keep pacifying them and enabling them. We need to let them know, step up to the plate. Yes, my name is Mistress Angela, and I help people with intimacy, and I want to get intimate with you. And my price is this, and let's connect and build a meeting so I can help you achieve the intimacy that you need. But a lot of times we don't go there. We're afraid to go there. But let's face it, if 117,000 people agree that it's not the 30 seconds or the 30 minutes that we give to people that they monetize, it's the years of education that we've poured into ourselves. That's why when we come to events like this, we're not giving money to Miss LaDonna. We don't give money to the visibility strategist when we show up at her events. We don't give money to Eric or Raul or anybody else on this platform. We're investing in ourselves, and we have to monetize our investment. We have to monetize our offer. So I want you to try this. Write this down. Write this down as we begin to wrap. I want you to list 10 to 20 people who come to you that you know can pay you. Don't list the broke ones that always saying, when you say, well, yeah, let's, can I bring you in? Don't list them. Don't list them. Just list the ones you know that can pay you. List those. Because in my mastermind, harnessing your thoughts, take the reins, control your life and win, it's based on this book, and I'm going to be teaching people how to go from free to fee. But it starts with the mindset. And we got to believe that these 10 to 20 people that can pay us, we got to know how to monetize our offer instead of letting them monetize us and then going out and selling them what we giving them for free. How much do they charge? Okay, business competitions. If you don't know how to monetize your offer, I'm going to give you some quick steps. Write this down. How much do they charge your business competition? You got other sexologists, you got other authors, you got other people that do romance novels, you got other visibility strategists, you got other people that coach and train people, you got other people that host stages for speakers and authors and other entrepreneurs. They're in business. I dare you, look at the top 3, write this down, look at the top 3 in your zone of genius and go and look at what they're doing and what they're doing exceedingly well and model them. Don't try to be them, model them, because they have value and they're not afraid to let people know and tell people what sets you apart. And please, please, please remember, if you don't value your value, then your value has no value. Don't make less profit because you're underpricing. And the way to know how to price right is to look at people that's doing what you're doing in your zone of genius. Who's doing what's in your market? Identify that, and that's going to help you and stop leaving yourself open for people that's monetizing you. Now, I want to share this with you because I know many of you might be saying, Lotus, how do I get there? What do you need to make this happen? This is your future forward. Keep coming to events like this. Take these notes and take action. Don't sit down on it. Get off your tail, get up. Someone told me before that when she has an event, she get up, she suit up, she boot up, and she show up, right? So if we're going to do the showing up, if we're going to do the booting up, right, Margaret? How do we implement it? We take the deep dive that we're doing today, because we can only go today this far. But the next step from here is to get involved in my Harnessing Your Thoughts Masterclass. I'm hosting it on Saturday, May 25th. The next step is to go to Margaret's event, to go to Jennifer's event, to go to Helen's event, and Kat's event, and Eric's event, and Das's event, Angela's, Heather's event, Raul. Go to events that's going to help you monetize you. Go to events that's going to move you to the next level, that's going to enhance your mindset. Because it's without question, you've got to harness your thoughts, take the reins, control your life, and win in order to go from free to fee. It's without question. So my corporation, we help corporations all around the world. We have a strong focus on business and coaching and consulting. And for those of you that's coaching and consulting, look at other coaches and consultants. And I dare you, follow the ones, the top 3 at the top. I have Brian Tracy, The Psychology of Selling. If you haven't read this book, he talks about it. If you're ready to be a millionaire because you're not, grab this book, The Millionaire Next Door for Women. And they have one for men. And then remember to harness your thoughts. You can go on YouTube, you can go on Amazon and get all the information you want in the world, but you're here today at the boost. So I double dog dare you to boost the next person sitting right next to you. If you will, look at the person next to you, turn to them, look up, look down, and say, I'm boosting you. I'm boosting you. And so I want to boost you too. So I want to give you a complimentary gift of 20% off Harnessing Your Thoughts Masterclass. For the first 20 people to purchase these tickets, the regular ticket is $197.97. The ticket's going to be discounted to $158.38. You can use the QR code for Zelle. You can use the QR code for PayPal. But with that, you're going to get a free promotional flyer for your business. If you're an author, if you're a speaker, if you're a sexologist, we're going to make a free promotional flyer for you once you sign up. And we want to give you that today. Why? Because we want you to go from free to fee. And you can do that. Don't just follow me, but follow everyone else here today. Thank you so much for your time. My name is Dr. Lotus Riche, and I help people just like you all around the world ignite and take flight in every area of their life. Thank you for your time. Be sure to follow me.